Our community crunch 367 just dropped. And I got some news for you. ARK 2 fishing concept, the new creature vote winner, and the ARK survival ascended roadmap next week. So they just shared. The fishing feature will be carried over to ARK 2. We have a fishing pole here, looks pretty primitive. We have baits, and we can see different types of fish we can catch. The fishing in ARK 1 was never very popular. It was very unique and doesn't really serve any purpose other than roleplay. The blueprints and other stuff we can get from fishing was very unreliable. So maybe in ARK 2 they will make this a must for both PvE players and PvP players. We'll have to wait and see about that. Also, the new creature community voting has ended, and with 48,000 votes, the Gigantoraptor won, and that will be the new creature added to the Ragnarok for ARK Survival Ascended. So this is the Gigantoraptor. It looks like a microraptor with feathers and its design, but if you look closely you can see the survivor right next to it, and it is probably as big as a giga. So let's see what we have on this creature. GCY posted this for the competition. Even though this is not all confirmed, this will give us some idea about the creature. So it says, the battle nanny is back. Seeing as the concept was so well liked last time the creature contest was around, why not try my hand at bringing it back? Gigantoraptor would be a breeder's best friend, offering an improvement for play no matter the game mode, with wild dino babies, breeding management, quality of life, and various other features coming to ASA. The addition of this creature could really improve the lives of many dedicated breeders. Again, not all mechanics are guaranteed. However, Wildcard seems to preserve general vibes of the creature submitted to the contest. And given how even Rhino shares mechanics with its fan concept, I don't think it's too outlandish to see G-Raptor share some too. I feel I have done my best to balance the creature through rigorous feedback to fit both PvP and PvE play. Table of contents, let's start with Taming. OST styled nest defense. So we have OSTs in Extinction and we have to defend it a while until we get the loot. So we defend it until we get an egg or one of those join us as like a tamed creature. And second, it says eggs still. They will have nests and we will take their eggs just like Deinonychus. They also look similar with feathered raptors. Gigantoraptor would join the Eutyrannus, being a fully feathered medium-large theropod. It doesn't look medium in this dossier. It will also have dramatic mating dimorphism, males sporting huge display feathers on their shoulders and elaborate patterns on their tail fans. This would make it really stand out among the other theropods in the game, bringing something new to a group of dinosaurs usually shown as mostly scaly. Combat-oriented creatures in ARK. Yes, this creature has combat prowess, but it's far from your usual bruiser chomper you're used to seeing in ARK. It's fully fledged battlebird. With graphical and technical updates we could expect from ASA in UA5. A large, fully feathered creature like Gigantoraptor would look incredible. I also think, looking how large it is, if it's also fast, it might be the next most hated creature. If it's anything like Microraptor with this size, it looks pretty scary. Let's look at the dossier. Gigantoraptor is quite particular theropod with formidable claws and strong kicking legs. This allosaur-side theropod almost appears like an apex predator. However, in most cases, this darting parent is never seen far from its male and clutch of eggs. Their bond seems to run far deeper than any other species I have observed, as whenever they perceive their brood to be in danger, it manifests into a rush of adrenaline, colloquially dubbed Mother's Fury. Mother's Fury. This allows them to grapple with threats far larger than other animals their size. I guess there is nothing nothing more powerful than a mother's love. That sounds very cute, but not for the survivors and domesticated. Short of the incredibly dangerous task of stealing an egg from the nest, it seems the best way to gain the trust of these parents is to lend a hand. Nesting individuals tend to get quite hungry, spending so much energy protecting their brood, so will happily accept food from humans. However, predators will take their chance to steal an egg while they eat. One must defend the nest from these pesky foes, but once they are dispelled, your efforts will be rewarded. Both parents will happily follow you home, trusting someone who cares just as much about their young. Well, I think even though this is not done, this settles it. We will feed them some food and it will start an OST style defense. After we defend them, we could be able to get the egg from the nest, and also the parents will be tamed. It sounds like this. Gigantoraptor makes the perfect nursery aid, as their naturally protective nature extends to any egg or newborn, even of vastly different species. I have noticed them playing with all manners of babies, imprinting them with the scent of their owners. Some tribes go so far as utilizing Dimopacaptodon to carry babies into the battlefield to power up their Gigantoraptors, activating a mother's fury to turn the tide of battle. Well, that's something very new. So when these Gigantoraptors are in presence of babies and there is a fight, they will get a boost called Mother's Fury, and that will make them stronger. So if you carry a baby into the battle in the pouch of a Procaptodon, it will be activated. That is a brand new feature. Potential base stats and spawning: health 750, weight 380, and melee damage, C abilities and control. This looks pretty basic and it doesn't look too overpowered. Gigantoraptor would always spawn in mate boosted pairs, with both individuals being the same level. One member of the pair would randomly be assigned to sit on top of a nest structure, while the other moves freely about nearby. Ragnarok offers a variety of habitats that Gigantoraptor would fit right into. Lush canyons, dense redwood, and the desert oasis would all be prime locations for these protective parents to live. More information on taming. Gigantoraptor has two taming methods, each offering its own advantages and disadvantages. Mostly conventional egg steal, so we don't have to do anything but get the egg like wyverns and rock drakes. I think removing this and making the OST way only way to get one is quite better if you ask me. OST style nest defense. This unique taming method would require you to offer a meal to the hungry parent sitting on the nest. This part of the taming method would function like a conventional passive tame. The food that Gigantoraptor would accept in order of preference are superior kibble, raw mutton, raw prime meat, crops, etc. Though I could see it require exceptional kibble given its powerful abilities. Being a small survivor, you are able to approach the nest on foot, as the doting parent don't see you as a threat, so they're not gonna be aggressive. However, don't run right in. Rushing towards the nest might aggravate the parents, so calmly walk up to the nesting individual to avoid spooking them and feed them to start the taming process. While you're passive taming the parent, pesky predators will start to appear. Small creatures like oviraptors, troodons, and dilos will frequently appear in spawning to try to break into the nest and steal the eggs inside. Small creatures like oviraptors and dilos and troodons are very different than each other. Troodons are a massive threat, so this is a little bit unbalanced. Similar to Megachalan taming, you'll have to dispatch of these predators before they get a chance to attack the nest. Rarely, comparatively larger predators like raptors, titanoboas, and carnos may appear to try their luck. Thankfully, the mate of the seated Gigantoraptor will assist you in battling these creatures, becoming temporarily allied to you for a time, much like Karkar taming. Dispatch of these thieves attacking the nest with your new bird-like friend to complete the taming. However, be careful not to let the seated Gigantoraptor take too much damage. Damage from these predators won't only ruin your taming effectiveness, but can cause the mother and father will turn turn on you. The distraction of food took their attention away from its nest for too long, and they don't take kindly to anything threatening their babies. The advantage of such a difficult taming method is that after all is said and done, you'll be getting two tamed Gigantoraptor. Both individuals will become tamed to you after you successfully protect the seated Gigantoraptor, giving you instant access to hopefully well-stat breeding pair. The nest will be destroyed after successfully taming in this way though, so you won't get the egg. But we can mate them and get the egg like that, right? With the AI improvements coming to the wild dinos in ASA, I feel like this style of taming will be both more enjoyable and more rewarding. It's really feel like you are fighting alongside a wild beast to earn their trust. Unlike most other egg steel tames, Gigantoraptor eggs are not found in the overworld. Instead, they must be directly looted from the nest structure, like looting a beaver dam. This will force the player to have to remain stationary and make stealing the egg much more risky. In addition, these angry parents will stop at nothing to see you dead, staying aggressive even after they have killed you. So you can't just go get the egg and let them kill you and then come back and loot your body. This unique egg mechanic is to prevent the eggs simply being taken after the taming parents OST style. So you either get the egg, you don't tame anything, or you just do an OST and you get one male and one female breeding pair of Gigantoraptor. Seems pretty even, but I don't think doing the OST would be anyone's preference if it's not too easy. Just taking the egg and getting away and finding another nest and getting another egg would be so much easier. There is also a note that following you doesn't really make any sense because you don't actually get the egg after you finish the OST, so they gave these low reasons. This Schrodinger's nest. Why would such devoted parents leave behind their baby to follow this human? Obviously, it's because there wasn't actually an egg in the nest yet. This couple only just get their roots down. At least that's how I would explain this balancing in non-game mechanic terms. As another option, it could make more sense if the mate pair awarded you with a single egg for your efforts. Again, this is up to wildcard's discretion. I think as well, if you are doing the OST, you should get the parents and get the egg as well and make it a little bit more difficult if you want to balance it out. Otherwise, if you are on PvP, there is no point of doing this nest defense thing. If it's not like couple of minutes, you can just get the egg and get out in 10 seconds. Abilities and controls. I have considered application for both PvP and PvE play with the Gigantoraptor, while I have done my best to balance them for official play. Please note, these are only potential ideas and the Gigantoraptor's mechanics would always be balanced according to wildcard sees fit. Firstly, it would join the Maywing and Procoptodon as a valuable nursery aid, functioning like a blend of an air conditioner and the S Plus nanny. Incubating eggs drop near it, feeding babies too young to eat from troughs, and helping to imprint on growing dinosaurs by completing cuddle interval requests. Of course, it would require the relevant food and imprinting comfort foods for these respective actions. For example, if a baby asks for prime meat jerky as a comfort food, it will require prime meat jerky to successfully raise imprinting percent. In addition, both wild and tame Gigantoraptor will receive a buff when near fertile eggs and babies. Now, this is something else. Is it just babies or fertile eggs as well? And these eggs will be in the inventory, or does it have to be out to get that mother's fury? This buff will increase their damage resistance and damage output by 20% and increase their speed by 10% and decrease their stamina usage by 10%. Not only this will help in the defense of the nurseries from enemy factions trying to kill or steal your babies, but it could also synergize with Procoptodons by bringing baby creatures into the battlefield. The Gigantoraptor could gain an increase to their combat abilities as long as there are living babies nearby. The reason for this outlandish concept is to reward interesting strategy and to give some use for all those breedjacks, the dino babies that we don't want to raise. And then there are a lot more information. I'm gonna let go of the rest and we will see the final final product when it's released. Some of these will probably change and some of these will probably stay in the game. Now there is a picture of the original plan and it looks like 3 human-sized and looks very different than a Microraptor. And another concept, I think they went with this one. It looks like a little feathered raptor, and I think the inspiration came from these parrots. And this is the concept ARK shared with us. A giant Microraptor-like creature. Is a bit big than Allosaur if you ask me, maybe bigger than almost 2 human-sized more. This is truly a giant raptor. Then at the end we have community corner. We have ARK survival stories aberration part 3 by Netted Noodle, a video by Sanix trying to beat the ARK battle royale with only frogs. Moving on to fan art, ARK stories, Sunset Dogs by J Massey, and a real life summary by Mason the Manicati. Is that Italian? Not sure how to pronounce that. And for the ARK players by Ivy the Skull Dog, a dodo trying to survive in the desert. That's not gonna happen. Cave exploration by Cattail's design. Looks like a raptor and a survivor looking at crystals. A painting by Evie Reynolds, an intrepid pair. An iguanodon and a survivor in the river. That never ends well. You need to get out like now. And some woodwork we got from Dr. Dismantle, Forest Titan trophy. That's something. And then Insect Day by Falco Luna. So we see mantis here, we see dung beetle lying somehow, and then we see Alimentria all hanging around. Now the screenshots. A really nice village by the water. It might be a vacation resort for all the tired survivors in the PvP servers. And then by Heaven Lim, this Bronto is looking at you. Why haven't you liked the video yet? Then the final screenshot of this community crunch, the first 3 houses, but Dr. Slap, Dr. Sculap, something. The dragon, the Balbazar, and the turtles. And also we have a mod for this, but let's not talk about that or it will get copyrighted by you know who. Alright, this is the end for this ARK news. Thank you for watching, dear watchers, and see you on the next video.